And now, News Channel 10's 24/7 local weather first alert forecast.
Well, good afternoon and happy Friday. I am meteorologist Sean Bashir checking in with what's been a mild but overall pretty pleasant day out there today as we're gearing up to kick off the weekend on this St. Patrick's Day. So looking at our downtown sky tracker camera, you can see a few passing clouds. We've seen a lot of that as we've gone throughout the day, but overall conditions out there very quiet. Looking at our temperature trend after hovering just around the 30s for most of the day yesterday, you can see we even stayed in that freezing range right there all the way up until about 5 o'clock this morning, and that's when we finally dropped down into the 20s. Got down to about 28 degrees this morning, and then have since then only warmed up into about the mid to upper 40s, so really not a significant warm up we're seeing out there. Looking at your temperature forecast for the rest of your Friday and on into the weekend, 36 will be your temperature right around 10 o'clock tonight, dropping down this evening on overnight hours down to about 25 here in Amarillo. We'll see generally freezing temperatures around the entire area, so still expecting a hard freeze around much of the region. Then tomorrow, gradual warming, but not a whole lot, as we're only going to see about 47, 48 degrees for your Saturday afternoon. Now, winds-wise, thankfully, not going to be a major concern here in our extended forecast. You're going to see going into the weekend for your Saturday, those winds will turn out of the north-northeast, might pick up 10 to 15 miles an hour in the mid-morning hours, but you'll notice by 5 p.m., those winds settle back down into the single-digit range, so really going to be pretty nice on that front. Looking ahead to Sunday, we will see those winds turn out of the south-southwest. Now, unfortunately, it does look like they're going to be on an upward swing here in going into this next week, but that could bring some warmer weather with it, and that's our next weather maker. Just basically looking at this weekend and beyond. There's really nothing extremely noteworthy in the forecast other than maybe some warm and windy conditions at times. So your upper-level pattern, you can see where we're at right now. There's that low-pressure system that spun that cold front through yesterday. But watch what happens from here on out. We really start to see a very stable pattern in the upper levels of the atmosphere up until midweek next week. You start to see a high pressure down in the Gulf, low pressure up in the Pacific Northwest. That will spin our winds out of the southwest. We're going to track some pretty breezy conditions, but a big warm-up. As I was saying, looking at your next 5 days, you're going to see 40s, 50s, 60s, getting all the way up into the 70s by next Tuesday. So with your 7-day supercast Monday, your first day of spring, we've got a high of 60 degrees, 70s, mid to upper 70s by Wednesday, maybe a little bit of a cool down into the upper 60s by Friday. But generally, aside from Saturday through Monday, all of those daytime highs are at least a little bit above normal.